Welcome to the Dunn Wisdom Show. I am your host, Melissa P. Dunn, public servant, award-winning entrepreneur, and personal brand strategist. Now, each week on this show, I love sitting down with change makers, trailblazers, and leaders who embody courage, integrity, and wisdom in action. And this week's guest, Vice Mayor Nancy Mater Bowen, is an environmental scientist. She is an advocate, and she's also the very first Black and Haitian American woman to serve as vice mayor of the city of Coral Springs. I love her too because she is the founder of Sustainable Innovation, a social impact consulting firm dedicated to advancing coalition building, resilience, and equity. Now, I can tell you that Nancy is an amazing leader, an amazing leader, not only in her business, but also as a public servant. We sit on several boards together, and, you know, she's amazing. So welcome to the show, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Melissa, and for having me on the show. I am so very proud of you and the work that you're doing, and also amplifying the great leaders in our community. This platform is so needed, and we truly appreciate all of your efforts.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here today. Now, tell me a little bit about your journey. Did you always want to be in elected office?
Not elected office, but I always knew I wanted to be in politics. My journey started in high school.
Okay.
I originally ran for class president in 11th grade, and 9th, 11th grade, and 12th grade. I actually ran against my best friend, who is now Richard Brickshire, who is now the founder of the Black Veterans Project. And we kid a lot. He said I cheated. I didn't say I cheated. I just ran a people-focused campaign.
Okay.
And so it started in high school, where that led me to being the SGA president. I volunteered as a volunteer coordinator for then State House Representative Ari Porth, and then intern in all levels of government, from municipal, state, and federal governments. And then I knew I wanted to be a strategist, political operative. And then in 2018, had the opportunity to work on the Andrew Gillum campaign.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he was not a successor. And I was devastated, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, listen, a lot of us were, honey. A lot of us
We all were.
Yes.
And our then mayor of the city of Coral Springs passed away 2019, and there was a special election. And I was one of those people who wanted to support a candidate, run their campaigns, and get them on the dais, but no one was available. No one wanted to do it. And then I had a conversation with my family, and they're like, why can't you do it?
Let's go. Come on, family. Let's go.
And I was like, you know what? Why can't I do it? So I put my name in the hat. And unfortunately, I did not win the first time in 2019. I ran a very successful campaign, a 30-day campaign, and beat out an incumbent, came in second.
Come on.
It was a 4-way race. I was the only woman of color. And then that same year, an open seat became available. The seat that I'm currently in now, put my hat in that race, and then it became a 6-way race. I was obviously the successor, victor of that race, and beat out those 5 other individuals, making history as the first Black woman, first Haitian American to serve for the beautiful city of Coral Springs.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's amazing. So let's slow down a little bit, right? Because I have this theory that loss is a great roadmap for success.
Correct.
What was that like for you when you ran that 30-day campaign and lost? What was happening? What was happening in your mindset?
It was so fast. But when I look back at it now, I truly believe it was a blessing. God was like, you did not need to be the mayor of the city at that time. COVID happened. Wow. Would I have been an effective leader during COVID? It was a...
Oh, wait, it was a mayor's role that you were running for.
Yes.
What? I did not know that.
Yes,
Okay.
in 2019, I ran for mayor. I didn't win. But that actually set the groundwork.
Because now they have name recognition.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh,
For
powerful.
2020, and COVID happened. And so I couldn't knock on the doors. I couldn't be in the prior to that, I was everywhere. I couldn't be everywhere like I wanted to. So I already built up that name recognition, and I had to shift my field program into a digital program that no one has ever done before. So I was basically testing my campaign to see, can digital campaigns really make an impact, and can folks really run a digital campaign for municipal elections? And as you can see, it worked.
It worked. So, the other thing that's coming to mind too is that sometimes it's not a no, it's a not now.
Correct.
Right? And sometimes a delay is really a setup and a preparation for what's to come. So you losing that race for mayor is really what helped you to get this new open door.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, at that time, I did not see it as protection or a delayed to my overall role. But I was devastated.
Of course,
because I really
which is
wanted
natural.
it, worked really hard for it. But then again, I picked myself up from my bootstraps and said, I'm putting my name back in. I really want this. I really want to do this. And as you can see, I was able to win.
Oh, I love that. And so all of this now, you are also an environmental scientist.
Yes.
So how does the science, so what was your major in college?
Environmental sciences.
Okay. Now, you're one of my smart friends, right?
Thank you.
A whole environmental scientist. So that was your major in college?
That was my major in college, but with an emphasis on policy and regulation. Like I told you prior, I really loved the policy, the changing, the advocacy aspect of policy and how it can really change lives. I saw a way for us to connect data and policy to shift change. And so being able to be in the lab, manipulating data, ensuring that folks make fun of me. I work with my right side of my brain and my left side of my brain, right? I'm creative and very
analytical
at the same time.
That's my experience of you too. Yeah.
So with that being said, I have been able to use both sides of my brain in my career, being able to be creative, being able to use that data to manipulate whatever policies I would like to see.
Maybe manipulate is not the right word.
Shift
Shift the word, girl, because I would hate for somebody to say, oh, she's manipulating policy. Come on, people, let's get it right. That's not what she's saying, okay?
So with data sets, you literally are
You can tell the story using
exactly.
data. No manipulation here, people.
So with the data sets, thank you for catching that. With the data sets, you're able to tell a story, being able to create a pathway to prove your hypothesis. And so in our language, scientists, we say, yeah, we're manipulating data. But so, yes, shifting audience. I love that you were able to catch on to that. But being able to use those data sets to really drive policy and analyze and creating analytical studies around that has been grateful. I've been very grateful to be able to do that. Being able to help with white papers and co-author publications that not only use data sets, but also use frameworks to build out how utilities are able to meet the needs of our low-income areas, to be able to use data to show these particular areas aren't getting the same amount of resources from other particular parts of the country, state, county, et cetera, for us to create policies that are more just and equitable.
So your background as an environmental scientist, then it sounds like it sets you up to really do big things on the Coral Springs Commission, because my understanding is that you're doing a lot of work around sustainability, right?
Absolutely. I'm proud to say I was able to create the first sustainability office in Coral Springs, where we have been taking charge with setting a climate action plan and really setting very aggressive goals for us to be more energy efficient by 2050. So that means converting our fleets, making sure our buildings are LEED certified, LEED, incorporating solar in our parks, making sure that we are composting. I know we sit on the Solid
we're both
Waste
on the
Authority.
Solid Waste Authority together, yes.
We've created that pilot program that, as you can see, has caught momentum around the county, and folks are modeling the composting program through us. We've have a very successful recycling program where we've seen a decrease in contamination rates. So I'm very proud of what we've been able to build in Coral Springs thus far.
Yeah, and Coral Springs, through your work, is really a model for the rest of the county. So, you know, sustainability and climate change for some people seem to be like a bad word right now.
Right.
Why is it important for us to pay attention to climate change? And is it real?
The big elephant in the room. Well, I want to first and foremost say that yes, climate change is very, very real. We are actually living through it right now in South Florida. It is not an abstract issue. We are seeing the flooding, the once in a lifetime events. We are experiencing extreme heat. We're experiencing these severe weather events. And so when we as people see this, we don't automatically think climate change. We think, oh, there's something in the weather. No, these are driven by our dependency on fossil fuels, which is releasing these toxins into our atmosphere, depleting our ozone layer, and also shielding us from that ozone layer protection, which is driving the heat on our planet, which is driving all of these episodes, severe weather events that you're seeing. So very much real. Every year it's going to get worse. At this point, it's not about how do we reverse climate change, it's how do we adapt to it. And so it's important that when we look at our affordable housing, that we're creating homes that are safer. When we look at workforce, are we providing protection and creating fair minimum wage for individuals, not only to be able to thrive, but also be able to prepare for a severe weather event? Are we ensuring that we're providing tools on a federal level, state level, to make sure that our cities have the infrastructure they need to be stronger for our residents? And unfortunately, you're seeing what's playing out nationally. That is not the case. There has been a rescinding of funds from FEMA. And that is going to further exacerbate vulnerable communities. We are seeing that less and less funding is going into NOAA. These are individuals who track our storms, make predictions, and also allow us to protect and prepare for a storm before it happens.
Especially in a hurricane state like Florida.
Correct, which we are in currently. And so when we as individuals see this, it is a direct impact on our lives, our daily lives. The price of food is impacted by climate change. When you experience a severe drought, that impacts your crop production, correct? It impacts your workers who are able to be on the field. If there's an extreme heat episode, they can't be out there for too long. It becomes a worker comp issue, right? Now, if your employer is unethical, I can't speak on that.
Right.
But it really drives all the avenues of our lives economically and also personally within our communities.
Yeah, so basically climate change is something that we all need to pay attention to because it affects the average person with our price of food, the price of gas, the price of affordable housing.
Correct.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Vice Mayor, excuse me. We'll be right back, everyone. Stay tuned.
You never miss a cut. When the last time you get a checkup?
I used to avoid the doctor, didn't want to hear the bad news.
So you mean you avoid the doctor? You forgot the doctor, my brother? We teach our boys to take care of what matters. Show up, stay on top of things. But are we really showing them how it's done?
Visit myhealthpledge.org and take the pledge. Then go to the doctor and bring someone with you. No insurance? We can help. myhealthpledge.org lists free screenings in Lauderhill and in Overtown.
And we're back. We're here talking to Vice Mayor Nancy Matera-Bowen from the city of Coral Springs. So you've been doing, as an environmental scientist, turned elected official, and you're also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
How does it connect?
Little backstory on that. As elected officials, you know that it does not pay.
Hello.
And people automatically think that we're making buku money, and that's not the case. When I thought of creating Sustainable Innovation, my boutique firm, I thought of how can I leverage all of the things that I'm doing and work for myself and make a living for myself. And that is how Sustainable Innovation was born. It allows me to play in the politics, to create the policies around sustainability and resilience, and also build coalitions around the state, around the country, and internationally. And so I pretty much put everything that I love to do together into a firm to provide these services. And so my social impact firm really leans on making sure we center community and people and really adhere to the needs that they deserve and ensure that they're able to thrive, whether that is a decision-making process that needs to be created to get to a solution, whether that's helping a local municipality create a policy, whether that is advocating in Tallahassee around legislation, and then really bringing together a group of people to empower themselves to feel like they can go to City Hall, to do outreach work, to engage community in a way that's very meaningful.
So so it sounds to me like policy work. It sounds to me like also doing community outreach, community engagement, really making sure that whatever decision is made, that community is at the center of it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And so often we're seeing that people are making decisions on behalf of community. And sometimes community's like, that's not what I want. That's not what I asked for. I'm asking for the opportunity to play fair in the sandbox with everybody else. And how can I be able to contribute in a way where folks don't feel like I need a handout? And that's what I hear a lot from our community members. I don't want a handout. I want to contribute, but allow me the opportunity to contribute in a way that's meaningful.
How do you, what's your philosophy on leadership? Like, how do you balance all of that?
Collaboration. Being able to set clear boundaries and expectations. When folks know what the objective is, where we're going together, folks are more easy to be drawn in, to be less reluctant. You're building trust. My whole philosophy around leadership is building trust. Building trust means I can depend on you. I know that you don't have ulterior motives, and we are all investing in the same thing.
Yeah, trust, consistency, and commitment, right?
Correct.
Those are core values that I think you and I both share.
Absolutely.
We had the recent opportunity to work together on a project encouraging families, particularly Black men, to take themselves and their loved ones to the doctor. And you led the community engagement part of that process. What did that teach you, that whole exercise?
So much came from that exercise, especially what we are experiencing nationally. There was a lot of anxiety in our community, anxiety that I was not able to ease, especially within my Haitian American community. When I knocked on doors or when I was collecting these pledges to say, hey, you're going to go to the doctor. This is just you reaffirming that statement. They didn't want to give us their full name, their email address, or their phone number, anything that would identify them. And at that point, I realized the privilege that I carry. And some individuals may not have that privilege to roam freely, share their contact information, and not feel like one day ICE will be at their doors. And so that was a reality check for me. It also showed that a lot of individuals need this type of healthcare and need access to healthcare, but they're so afraid that they're not going to do what they need to do for themselves and their family.
Because of fear.
Correct.
Yeah, and unfortunately, fear is real, right?
Very
For
much
a
so.
lot of folks in our community, it's a real thing. And we have to, I think, as public servants, be able to find out where's the intersection and how can we help navigate that so that we can still get people what they need.
Yeah, a great example is when you hosted the barbershop series. And although that individual has gone to the doctor, but they needed support in other avenues of their lives, you were able to direct them to the resources.
Yeah.
And for the most part, when folks were really reluctant, I was able to say, hey, if you're not going to talk to me, why don't you go to BCOM in Lauderhill Mall? They provide services. Why don't you do this, X, Y, and Z? And that allowed me to build trust and rapport with that individual, not just me extracting information from them.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like in your work as a public servant and in your work as a founder of your consulting firm, that trust and collaboration is at the center of it all.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know what? I experience you as somebody who does what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. And that's why, that's why I enjoy working with you. All
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
right, guys, we'll be right back. More with Vice Mayor Mater Bowen.
Ready for adventure? Traveling with Danella Richard takes you on a journey through the world's most exciting destinations. Danella brings you authentic and thrilling experiences that inspire and connect us all. Discover unique activities, fascinating cultures, mouth-watering cuisine, and so much more. Watch Traveling with Danella Richard now. Scan the QR code and join the adventure today.
Peace begins in the heart. And grows with understanding. Every shared story and every act of kindness builds a stronger community. In every handshake, smile, and kind word.
Join our movement, Lauderhill. Text Peace365 to 545454 and become a Lauderhill Peacemaker. Pledge your commitment to co-creating a kinder, more peaceful Lauderhill.
Welcome back. We're sitting here with my good friend, Vice Mayor Nancy Mater Bowen. So Nancy, we've had a chance to talk a little bit about your background, your leadership philosophy. I'm curious, how do you keep your cup full so you can give from your overflow? Like, what's your self-care like?
That is an area in my life that I need to work on. I need to be a little bit better with.
Okay, listen. So last week, I interviewed our colleague, Commissioner Shuham, and she said the same thing. Is it a thing with elected officials that it is, because I struggle. Well, I'm getting better myself.
Getting
too.
better,
Yeah.
right? And I think I'm getting better too. I have two beautiful dogs who I love very much.
Yes.
And so I take that time, my quiet time when I go and walk them, I walk them separately. So that allows me time with them individually, and then allow time for me to walk with no headphones on, outside, hearing nature. And so that grounds me. So I really love that time that I spend with them and in nature. I also love traveling. Me and my husband try to take as many trips as possible.
You're newlywed, right?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Newish. We love to travel, and any opportunity that we can do so, we do. We try to do it on a deal. Any great deals out there, we take advantage of that. And so we recently came from Costa Rica, unbothered, created boundaries, no phones, just us.
I know, because I was trying to blow your phone up in your trip.
and it was just so needed, just being unbothered and being able to eat, wake up when you want, and enjoy nature. And so those are things that I take into account when self-care comes into play. Spending time with my family, spending time with people that I love, and occasionally dance. Dancing brings me lots of joy.
Oh,
so
I love that.
I love to dance whenever I can, whether it's outside, in my home, wherever. I love to dance. So
Do you know that's one of the best ways for you to shift your mood?
really,
Yeah,
I
one
did
of the
not know
best
that.
ways for you to shift your mood. And unfortunately, sometimes we have this habit, all of us, of thinking a whole bunch of thoughts. And what we don't realize is that our thoughts trigger our emotions inspire our actions, and our actions produce our results. And so one of the things that I talk to my clients about is, listen, when you're in this state where your emotions feel a little bit overwhelming, dance, shift, pivot, and then that'll open up room for creativity to flow again.
I'm going to think of you. I always learn something from you when I'm with you. So I am going to dance every time I feel overwhelmed.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And it's hard to practice because sometimes you want to sit in it, but yeah, put on your favorite song and dance. So that leads me to my final question, Nancy. What would your words of wisdom be for our audience?
Absolutely. My word of wisdom would be for everyone who is watching today that don't wait for someone to tap you on the shoulder to be a leader in your community. Being a leader does not have an age, it does not have a race, it does not have a sexual orientation. Being a leader means that you are showing up for your community or for your family or everyone around you when no one is watching. It is so super important that our young folks know that being a leader starts with you. It starts with making sure that folks can see you as an example, that they can trust you, that they can depend on you, and that you are someone that they can look up to when things get rough. And so as we continue to work through what we are seeing nationally on a state level and sometimes on a local level, being a leader means simply showing up as your true self.
I love that. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank
I really
you.
enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you so much for having me, Commissioner, and Melissa, as I know her, and continue doing great work in your community.
Thank you so much. That was a great conversation. I appreciate you joining us today. All right, that was Vice Mayor Nancy Mateer-Bowen, public servant, entrepreneur, and environmental scientist. I am so grateful that you